Hey, future photo booth business owner, or if you already rocking out a photo booth business, congratulations. Today's podcast is going to revolve around let's set a budget and let's see where this money is going to be allocated when starting a photo booth business. Now, let's say, for example, you have $10,000 to invest into a startup photo booth business. Here is the breakdown. I'm going to be diving into this with a new set of eyes and a new experience because I've been in this industry now for 2 years. And yes, I would do things differently if I was able to start again with the current knowledge that I've acquired over all of this experience that I've had over the last 2 years. Now, if you have $10,000, the first thing you want to do is set some money aside for the actual photo booth shell. Now, the photo booth shell is going to be the first impression maker, okay? So a premium photo booth shell not only protects your investment, but it also acts as a magnet for clients with its professional and appealing design. Now, let's say, for example, guys, I love using examples. Say everyone in your neighborhood is jumping into Turo and everyone's renting out a Camry and everyone's renting out a Corolla. And then you come out of left field and you are now offering a Mercedes C-Class, for example, or a Maserati. Everyone that has two cars, whether it's two Camrys or a Camry and a Corolla, they're going to cater to the same type of client base. But if you pull up and your parking lot now has a Jaguar or a Mercedes and you only have one car, you can cater to a whole different client base. And it's a very similar strategy with the photo booth market. So when you guys are selecting your photo booth shell, don't be shy to spend extra money on a photo booth that's going to help you stand out just with videos and photos alone. No conversation needed, no text, none of that. People just see your photo booth and they're like, that is going to complement my corporate party. That booth right there is so sexy and appealing that it's going to look great at our wedding. So think about this for a second before you guys jump in and just buy a very average, inexpensive photo booth shell, guys, because remember, if you guys think about this, you're spending money up front and you want to get the best return on your investment. So go with something premium that you guys will be able to use for the entire year. And after that, you guys will scale. Okay. So the photo booth shell, that's been covered. That's my philosophy on the photo booth shell. You're probably going to spend around $2,500 out of the $10,000 you guys have ready to invest. Now, the second thing would be a DSLR camera and a lens. Okay, you're probably thinking, why not a 360 booth and why not a standard iPad booth? Well, because everyone can easily buy an iPad and get started, and everyone can get a 360 booth and then have a price war over the service on a 360 booth that does require a good amount of work because it's a bulkier item. You have to have a truck or a van to fit that 360 booth in your car. But if you guys go the route of a DSLR camera photo booth, then the game changes up a little bit for you and it's a lot more versatile. Now, you guys are going to spend around $2,000 on a DSLR camera and a lens. So invest in a high quality DSLR camera and lens for stunning crisp images. This is where you shouldn't skimp, as image quality can define your brand. Now, guys, I use a Canon R7. I know that is crazy. It's way over the top. It's at 32.2 megapixels. But the videos and the photos come out great. So the investment that I put up front when I bought my Canon R7, I knew that I was going to be using it for multiple things to help my business grow. And with that camera alone, guys, I've been able to capture wonderful photos, great videos, footage that I could later use to make promotional videos and also run ads. So I would allocate anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 on camera gear, guys. Okay, so this camera is going to go inside of your photo booth shell and also has to be accompanied by a lens. And you are going to need an iPad. So please think about this portion of your setup before you dive into anything. This is why I'm giving you guys a breakdown to give you that insight and really get that mind thinking like, didn't quite think of that part. All right, so $2,000 on a DSLR camera and the lens and about $2,500 for a photo booth shell. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. You guys want to consider the photo booth software. Man, I have a Facebook community with close to 9,000 members in that community, and it still trips me out when people are excited that their photo booth is on its way and they don't even know what photo booth software they're going to be using. They just bought the booth almost impulsively, like I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And that's great for not standing on the sideline for too long and actually taking action. But before you even buy a photo booth, look at the software that's available out there, guys. I tried LumaBooth, I tried TouchPix, I tried Snapic, and to this day, I've been using Snapic because it's a premium software. And once again, I am charging premium prices because I want a high-end clientele. Now, for the photo booth software, guys, I would say set aside around $500 for the whole annual. That's what I would do. That way, I don't have to worry about the monthly cost for my software, okay? So, for example, if you guys go over to Snapic, you'll know that for a whole year, for $4.99, you can get the Pro. That's going to allow you guys to use the photo booth the entire year, and the software, the sharing, the basic enhancements, and the AI effects, okay? So this is going to also give you still, GIF, and burst. So that's just my take on the type of software. And the reason I'm repping Snapic is because, like I said, I tried all the other softwares and there's going to be more options for you. But I would consider spending some of that budget on an annual membership and saving some money on the annual discount versus paying it month to month to month. Now, you're probably thinking, David, I don't want to jump the gun because what if my business is not booked every single month? Well, what happens is, you guys always want to be practicing using your software every week, getting better at your software, because you guys are going to start off as being the technician and operator of your business. So it's up to you to make sure you guys are a master when it comes to using this software, okay? So let's set aside $500 for the photo booth software. On top of that, let's move on to another expense, another investment really, and that's the printing station. When I first started my business, I did not care for prints, physical prints, because that wasn't on the top of my list because I started off with the 360 booth. Now you're gonna need a printing station because a reliable fast printer for instant physical memories, it's something that you're going to need for high-end events, corporate events, and weddings, okay? So quality prints can significantly enhance customer satisfaction, guys. So I recommend setting aside anywhere from $800 to $1,000. But I'm gonna leave it at $800 for the printing station. And you might be thinking, well, what printer should I get, David? Well, I have a DSRX 1HS. The HS stands for high speed. This is by a manufacturer called DMP. I also have a DS620A. They're both really reliable printers. They're fast, and those are the ones that I would roll with. If you guys look around, do a little bit of research, you'll notice that a lot of photo booth businesses go with these two specific models. Now, you can get them used or you can get them brand new, but whatever equipment you guys are getting for your business, make sure you guys are adding some type of extended warranty because these are assets you guys are investing in. So that covers the printing station at around $800. Remember, you can buy this brand new or get it used on OfferUp or eBay. Now, when it comes to photography, guys, let's talk about lighting equipment. So proper lighting is crucial for photography. Allocate funds for your professional lighting to ensure your photos are always flattering, no matter the venue. You see, not all venues are going to take place outside in the sun. Sometimes venues will be during the nighttime indoors and the light might be a little dim to create a mood to complement that theme or that specific venue. But you as a photo booth provider, you want to make sure there's ample amount of lighting so that these photos come out a lot clearer. If you don't have a lot of lighting, you can have a great camera, but your photos are going to come out really whack. And remember, these photos, guys, this production is a reflection of your business. Now, if you guys visit my YouTube channel, I have all kinds of links in my description of things that I purchased, from lighting equipment to power banks, you name it. So I would set aside around $700 for great lighting. Okay, so $700. Let's not forget about marketing and running ads, guys. Out of those $10,000 we have ready to spend, invest, let's take around $1,500 to increase your visibility with targeted ad campaigns. We got to allocate funds for social media ads and Google AdWords, and we got to reach the ideal demographic in areas like, for example, for me would be Redlands, Anaheim, and beyond. You guys also got to use strategic hashtags, okay, that are going to complement your location, places that you want to target. Right now, at the making of this podcast, guys, 2024, I finally started running ads. I was already ranking organically and getting leads, but because of my ambition and the demographics I'm trying to go after, I am getting more familiar with ads so that I can come back as a master ad generator and really put some I can say, like, put together maybe even a course on showing you guys how to run ads efficiently and not waste your money. So right now I am spending money for you guys because this money that I'm spending is giving me data, and that data is going to be analyzed, and then it's going to be revised, and then I'm going to go back to the drawing board, spend some more money on ads until I start getting winning ads. And right now, this journey for me has been really exciting because I'm all about analytics. I love that stuff. I used to trade stocks back in the day, and I would have different indicators, and it was just very fun for me. So running ads kind of reminds me of finding that sweet spot and really sticking to what works, but it definitely takes a lot of experimenting to do. So I'm doing that work for you. So I would set aside at least $1,500 for your marketing campaigns when you're running ads. Before I jump on to the next thing, guys, one thing that I don't want to leave out is before you even dive into a photo booth business investment, check out how many folks are providing the service in your area within a 20-mile radius. You see, I have one-on-one sessions that I do with folks, and some people are extremely lucky because they have almost no competition. What does this mean? This means that they can actually target any demographics that they want and do great in it because there's no competition. And in life, in business, it's all economics, supply and demand. So if you notice that in your area there's a short supply and there's a ton of demand for your services, you're going to do really, really well, and you're going to have a different set of problems than the average photo booth business owner who starts a business in an area where there's a good amount of competition. All right, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is, let's set aside some money for props and accessories, around $500. It could even be less than that, but I just want to stick to, $500 because you are going to need props that complement the entire year, seasons and themes and weddings and Valentines and galas and cowboys and all that great stuff, okay? So fun, high quality props definitely add an extra layer of excitement to the photo booth experience. And trust me, I know this, my prop tables are always flocked by attendees trying on boas, glasses, chains, and jewelries and hats. Always throw in some sanitizer in there so they can actually use the sanitizer, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you want to set around $500 for props. I get a lot of my props. I want to say maybe over 80% of my props from Amazon. Why? Because I'm busy. I stay busy and I love stuff being shipped to me. I don't have to go to a warehouse and go section by section by section. I find Amazon really helpful in this sense. $500 for props and accessories. Now, let's go ahead and finish this up, okay? Operational expenses, around $1,000, guys. Now, operational expenses is something that you really have to factor in because you have to cover your business essentials, including insurance, licenses, and web hosting. And don't forget to set aside a reserve for unexpected costs. So when you're making your website, you have to have a payment system so folks can book you and pay you online. But also when you go to larger venues, even for school venues, they want to see proof of insurance. Some venues want to make sure you have a business license. So this all really depends on your city. So we're going to go ahead and just summarize this really quick, okay? So for the photo booth shell, around $2,500, DSLR camera and a lens, another $2,000, photo booth software, $500, printing stations, guys, $800, lighting equipment, $700, marketing and running ads, $1,500, props and accessories, $500, operational expenses, $1,000. Now, by allocating a portion of your startup budget to running ads, you're not just investing in tangible aspects of your business, but it's also the growth and the reach. Effective advertising will introduce your DSLR photo booth business to a target market. And you got to set the foundation for a strong customer base and successful events, guys. I really had a good time putting this together for you because all I've done really is I've taken all of my experience and I've been able to squeeze it into this podcast today. So if you guys enjoy the podcast, please take a second to hit me up and hit me a please give me a 5-star here on Spotify and subscribe and follow because I'm going to keep this coming. I want you to be successful in your business, and it takes work, but it's better to do the smart work versus committing so many mistakes that I've committed. And this is why I'm your boy here, David, giving you guys as much valuable information as I can. If you guys are listening to this, just know that I do have a YouTube channel as well. I have a Facebook community and a TikTok, and baby, we're going to be taking over. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.